it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. I want to give a shout out to all the lovely viewers that we have, and I want to let you know how much I appreciate your viewership and your comments and your compliments. And if I have been a positive light in your life, I want you to let you know that I really appreciate that you have received the message and that I'm providing the tools, the resources, and the knowledge to help you gain the wisdom that you need to energize and get that positive boost that you need to move forward. And I have originated this channel because there is such a lack in the healthcare industry that really does not serve those people who need guidance, direction from the very specific type of emotional abuse that occurs with narcissistic as well as psychopathic individuals. And I have developed this content through years of research, study, working closely with this population, and developing the techniques that really are effective and that work and that bring about results. So it's really important that that feedback that you have provided me is so encouraging to me, and it's invigorating and energizing to me. So I want to let you know, thank you so much for your feedback. And yes, I had received also a viewer comment that had inquired about where can they go to donate. If I have been a light in your life and you would like to donate to the channel, I would definitely encourage you to. Here there is a donate button on my homepage where you can donate to me through PayPal, a very easy, convenient, and secure way. So if I have been of a guiding force or a value or benefit to you, please feel free to donate. And it gives me that validation that is so heartwarming, really, to me, because it fills me with gratitude to know that I am helping to serve your needs, and your feedback is so very valuable. So yes, and I had received also some correspondence as to whether I have a website. I do not yet have a website. This takes actually a lot of energy outside of my regular practice to put together. So it is all in the works, along with a book that I am in the process of creating specifically on this content. So that is coming forth here, I would say, in this year. So I will definitely keep you all posted on when that website comes up and the forums that I am creating along with the book as well. So thank you so much for your feedback. I want to let you know that it is very meaningful to me. And I would like to furthermore focus in on this video a little bit more in depth on the covert narcissist and how they present in relationships, and furthermore, not just how they present in relationships, but how it creates a sort of emotional wound within others. And it's very, I think it's very insidious because with the covert narcissist, it's covert meaning beyond detection. It's underhanded. It is not readily apparent. It's not readily visible. It goes undetected. It is very subtle. It is very insidious, meaning it's so underhanded and occurs so chronically over time that oftentimes the wounds that are then created, the emotional wounds, which sometimes are also physical wounds, are so indelible, are so beyond doubt, and really so deep and pervasive that it takes a long time to heal. And so I want to advise you that yes, the healing journey is a journey, and you have to take it one step at a time, and you have to keep putting one foot in front of the other to get to the promised land of feeling released and feeling healed of the covert narcissist. And really, and so I want to go into a little bit more in depth, not only on the wounds, but how to keep your eye on the future moving forward. Because the past, where you have been emotionally wounded, triggered, or hurt from this covert narcissist, is a programming, what we call a programming or a conditioning. And this creates a neural network, basically, which is a way of processing, thinking, feeling, and behaving that is firing automatically and habitually within the mind of that who has been targeted, that who has been as a source of supply, or really sort of a codependent or a support, whatever label, term, experience you want to give to it. it creates a neural network. It creates basically a rhythm in the individual. It creates a certain way, it creates a certain perspective. It creates a certain way of relating to people. Not only this individual, but if you've been with them long enough, it creates a way of you relating to yourself. And then furthermore, it affects all areas of your life. It impacts how you relate to others because it creates really what I would call a blueprint. Because oftentimes this individual who you are trauma bonded to creates really a role. Because oftentimes you are, I find these people become so close or so enamored with them, and the relationship can be one of intimacy. So it can be someone who you're romantically involved with or have been involved with or find yourself repeatedly involved in. In other words, you keep attracting these type of people in your life, and each time you're finding you're victimized, that you're hurt, that you're getting devalued and discarded by these individuals again and again. And you're like, okay, what is the common thing in this picture? And it might be you. It might be the message that you're sending out about your own energetic vibration and signature, where you tend to find yourself constantly attracted to these charming individuals who are covert narcissists, who in the beginning, you were attracted to because they seemed to be the answer to your prayers. They were charming. They seem to be educated or intelligent or have certain talents that you were drawn to that were unique and set them apart from the rest of the crowd. And you felt, made whole by them or more complete upon being with them. But yet, it's very important to realize that, the wound that occurs with the covert narcissist is that you are not validated. You are not receiving the sort of mirroring back that you need, or furthermore, the protection from not only from that you require, but they tend to be so aloof, and they also tend to engage in what I would call a certain pathology, and not necessarily a pathological lying, but it's more an omission. It's a hurt by omission. In other words, if you have been in a married to these individuals, there's a lot that you might just not get from them, relationship wise. They might be very inhibitory of and not provide you certain information about the finances. They might keep certain things hidden from you, certain things that you just feel like something is wrong, something is not quite right, something is missing, and this person seems, I guess what I would call is cloistered away, set away, shut out a little bit from you in the relationship. And yes, every couple needs to have their own space, their own place, so to speak, their own man cave, woman cave, whatever you want to call it. But yet this person seems to go there, emotionally a lot in the relationship as well, where they're just kind of not, they might be present, but there's this wall that you feel that is shut out. And it's kind of like a very quiet hostility, a very unspoken anger. And it's something that tends to permeate from them, but you don't really know what it is. And so that is really part of the wound. In other words, if they don't share with you, you kind of feel like, well, what is wrong with me? And the individuals who then become codependent with these individuals or enabling, then get to work to try to prevent this aloofness. They try to work against this covert this shutting out, this stonewalling, where this person tends to retreat into their selfish, sort of, pathologically selfish world, and they tend to go off into the garage or repeatedly go off into the basement. They might be going and drinking, and then coming back, after they've had a couple shots of whiskey out of the cabinet that they keep in the downstairs, and that this is going on, but you really don't speak it out. Or they might have a shed or a workshop in the garage where they go and tinker around, and they don't really do much, but yet they're just trying to go and get away. And this is a covert narcissist mechanism to basically stonewall out people. Basically, there's a wall of a very quiet covert anger, hostility, and sense of inferiority that they don't really express to you. And the covert narcissist, it's all about what they don't express. Whereas the overt narcissist, they'll flat out tell you that they are better, haughty, arrogant, I'm a cardiosurgeon, or, I'm an anesthesiologist, and, I write with the finest of pens, and I have the most tailored of gardens, and this is they'll flat out tell you how superior they are. And they'll flat out tell you how stupid everybody else is, and yada yada. That's your overt narcissist. And they're only drinking the oldest of whiskeys and the smoothest of scotches, and writing with a sterling pen, and you're in their immaculate garden, and they will tell you basically how subservient everyone else is to them. And they'll tell you, as long as we're on this topic, that basically they really do feel like everyone else in the world has positions meant just to help them do what they do. So you're like, oh, wow, very interesting. Even though I, provide an important service to you, it's really just meant to help you, because you're really, what everyone else is all about, just trying to support you. They really do feel like the world revolves around them. As I have worked with doctors in the field who, and not psychologists, but other doctors who literally feel that the rest of the healthcare system is just meant to deliver what they provide. And they really look down upon all others who, are providing that service, which is just important as oftentimes the healing, because, it takes more than one to build a village here. And so, that is the outwardly arrogant, haughty. They're overt, meaning, they're outwardly showing. The way that they treat, talk, and present themselves, there's nothing covert about it. There's nothing aloof or reserved about them. So the covert narcissist is kind of like the reserved narcissist. And it's oftentimes what's so hurtful is a lot of their true feelings that they never ever speak. And they harbor a lot of anger, resentment, envy, jealousy, things of this nature. So this will then manifest in omissions. It's not it's what they don't share. It's what they don't do. It's the withdrawal of love. It's how they don't protect. It's how they don't communicate that is so hurtful. And so this then, requires oftentimes a lot of energy from the individuals in their life to adapt. And, a lot of people ask me, and I get a lot of messages on this topic, and I'm going to be addressing more of this in future videos, but it's, really, how do you get revenge on these people? A lot of these people are really then have a fostered anger about this. And I want to let you know that you do have to go through the necessary pain of losing this individual, or parting ways with this individual, or letting them go. And so it's very important to let them go, because you have to get on to the business of living your own life. It's very important to do that, and oftentimes people have not felt liberated or without the fear of being able to tread that path. In other words, they have so much fear, obligation, and guilt, the fog really that surrounds the covert narcissist, that it's okay to begin to see the light. It's okay to exercise your happiness. It's okay to exercise your I am. It's okay for you to be yourself without feeling the derogatory, subtle anger that seems to be part of the covert narcissist manipulation. And so it's very important to do that and spread your wings and fly, and to become the empowered person, to pursue your interests, to pursue your dreams, to pursue your travels, to get to move to a climate maybe where you want to live. to get to follow the interests and the music that you enjoy and like to become part of, and the groups that you find nurturing, to eat the type of foods that are energizing and healthy for you, and really sort of become the you that oftentimes the covert narcissist had been impermissive of or dissuasive of for you becoming, because it would mean you were to be perhaps grow and expand into a person who would become empowered, which would threaten their superior sense. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.